Hello everybody, I'm Debshadi Chatterjee, welcoming you all to my channel Practical English. As I promised you all to come back to you with all those words, with all those rather important words that are used at the time of writing content on preparing mango pickle, that I recorded and uploaded in a ways to help you try writing short sentences, especially for beginners and for those who do have no habit of writing much. I'm here in this video to deal with the first word on the list, short. It's not short, it's short. This is a phoneme term which actually means to produce sound two letters in English alphabets when they are placed side by side. O. And if I place that sound in a word, it sounds like shaw, shaw. It's O, A, W. Now if I place or replace O and with a w, of course placed side by side, it becomes s a w t, short, short, not short. And for out, it's out. This is a phoneme term, a and like u, which actually produces sounds when taking care of two separate English alphabets, O and W, placed side by side. And in this case, it produces sound like O, W, T when it is uttered, placing all those three letters side by side, O, W, T. Now, how it produces sound? It's like out, out, out. So, short out, not out, out. Now, when short, the word short means kind, we can have a sentence, of course, in the form of interrogation like this: what sort of music do you like? What sort of music do you like? Now, if you like all sorts of music, uh, then you may say, all right, all sorts of music, or I like to listen to all sorts of music, or I like listening to all sorts of music. Now, when short joins its hand with out as a phrasal verb, it means to separate something from a large group. Short out as a phrasal verb means to separate something from a large group. And if we like to set an example here, this could be like this: short out the rotten mangoes as fast as you can. Short out the rotten mangoes as fast as you can. Why? It will have a similar severe effect on others. On others means on other mangoes, as a rotten apple had some in a group. That means as a rotten apple had some similar severe effect other on others or on other apples in a group. But surprisingly and interestingly enough, here in this structural form, a rotten apple is used as an idiom, meaning one bad person who had a bad effect on others in a group. That means to say that here in a group, that means a rotten apple had some similar bad or serious or extremely bad effect on others or on other people in a group. As a rotten mango will have a severe or extremely bad effect on others or on other mangoes. Now, we are to take note of the fact that here a rotten apple used as an idiom, and it stands for signifying a bad person. who had a bad effect on others in a group. Now we have a list of a few words which we need to know how they produce sounds at the time of uttering, at the time of pronunciation. Severe, 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 not severe, severe. Now, the pronunciation of R at the end is in a suppressed form. Severe means extremely bad, extremely bad. Next word to deal with is effect, effect. No, it's not effect, it's effect, effect, effect. And the third word to deal with that runs with its spelling rotten, 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 rotten. Here O produces sound like O that we can have in a word like got, got. And here O sounds like O, got. Now TT becomes T, one sound to produce, and EN sound in. That means when N actually comes immediately after T and T is placed immediately before N, it actually becomes quite fascinating to pronounce, like that of the sound. As the sound produces, it's rotten, 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 not rotten. It's rotten, rotten, rotten. And in this case, we can experience that the tip of the tongue actually blocks the position that is between upper teeth ridge and the hard palate, and blocks the air from coming out from inside only at the end of this type of pronunciation. When we pronounce the word in a way, rotten, rotten, it extremely blocks the way from coming out from inside. The mango is starting to go rotten. The mango is starting to go rotten. That's all for this video. And sincerely enough, we need to know how a word produces sound, how it makes us think possible to use that word in different situations. Here you can have an idiom, a rotten apple. As you can see, a single word with its pronunciation and different applications covers almost 80 to 85% of my board. So how important it is to know about words along their pronunciation and applications in different fields. And I promise you all to come back with all those words that are used in the video for you, to help you think about writing all those topics of interest using short sentences. Well, that's all for this video. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video soon. Take care. Have a great day.